gonna learn Genesis today. Are you excited? Hello, as I said earlier, we're gonna talk about Genesis. You want me to tell you Genesis? Okay. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw that the light was good, so He separated the light from the darkness, and He called the light day, and He called the darkness night. And then there was evening, and then there was morning. The first day. Genesis chapter 1 verses 1 to 5. Okay, so you want to say it with me? Yay! You're gonna say it with me. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw that the light was good, so He separated the light from the darkness, and He called the light day, and He called the darkness night. The first day. Genesis chapter 1 verses 1 to 5. God is so wonderful. He created lots of things. He created the mountains and the forests, and He separated the land from the sea. So I'm gonna tell you God's creations. The first day, God created the light and the dark, as you heard. The second day, God created the sky. The third day, God created dry land and plants. The fourth day, God created the stars, moon, and sun. The fifth day, my favorite one, God created the flying animals and sea animals. The sixth day, God created land animals and humans. Seventh day, He rested. Also in Genesis, we're gonna learn about Adam and Eve. God created lots of stuff. He created the mountains, He created the trees, He created the forests, and He separated the land from the water. And then He felt that He needed someone to take care of everything. So He made Adam. Adam was the first man to be made from the mud. And He said, "Where am I? And who are you?" And God replied, "I am your Lord, your God." And then He said, "I'm hungry. Can I have something to eat?" And then God said, "My garden has lots of fruit. You can eat whatever fruit and whatever vegetable you want from all of the trees, but except the tree that stands in the middle of the garden, and that is named the tree of knowledge. If you eat fruit from it, you will die." And God didn't want to name everything He created, so He asked Adam to name them. And he felt alone, and there's nothing that God made that can be partner. So He made Eve from his rib. Now Adam and Eve were happy together, and they were eating fruits and vegetables from any tree, and they lived in the paradise. And then the snake, he stood up to Eve and then said, "Eve, I know you'll be wiser and stronger if you eat the fruit of the middle tree of the garden." And then Eve said, but God said, if we eat the fruit from that tree, we will die. And then the snake said, I know you'll become wiser and stronger just like him. Like God, I mean. And then she said, well, I would take a little nibble because it looks so good and smells really good. And then the snake said, yes, so take a bite. And then Eve said, why did God put the tree of knowledge in the middle of the garden right where we can pluck it? And then Adam said, but Eve, if we get fruit from it, we will die. And then Eve said, I think we won't die. I think it won't hurt but a little nibble. And then Eve looked at Adam when she got a fruit, and then she ate it. And then he gave Adam a piece. And then she looked at Eve, like smiled at her. And then he ate it. And then they slept. And then the next day God appeared to them. And when they heard his voice, they felt so shamed and really guilty. And he was like, Adam, where are you? Eve, why are you trying to hide from me? And then Adam said, I'm sorry, my father. We are naked. We wish to cover ourselves. And he was like, but you were always naked and you weren't ashamed of it before. Why are you ashamed of it now? And then Adam said, I don't know. And then God said, did you eat the fruit from the tree of knowledge? And then he was like, I'm sorry, my father. Forgive us. It's a snake that confused us to eat it. Eve gave me a bite and then I ate it. And then he was like, Eve, why did you do it? It's a snake that confused me. I'm sorry, my lord. And then they said they were so sad that they didn't obey God's rule. And then he said, you will die as punishment. And then he said, now go. They needed to work hard. They needed to build a shelter. And they needed to work hard for eating because they didn't have any food. So they eventually died because they didn't obey God's rule. If they obeyed God's rule, they would live in the paradise forever. Well, that's it. Thank you for being with me and doing this. I hope you had a fun time with me, Kaleena. Stay happy and safe all the time, guys. I love you. Bye.